Hello students, hope you all are fit and fine at home. Welcome back again on my YouTube channel. This is the video of life process, the topic human circulatory system part 2. In this you will study about blood. Blood is a connective tissue. It is in fluid form and blood transports the substances from one place to another place. Inside, blood flows inside the tubes. These tubular structures are called vessels. These vessels are arteries, and these are the veins you can see, and these capillaries. Arteries are the vessels which carry blood away from heart, and capillaries, these capillaries connect the arteries to the veins. You can see these are capillaries in between, and these are connected one side with the arteries and one side with the veins. And these arteries deliver the oxygen rich blood to the capillaries. You can see these arteries are delivering oxygen rich blood to capillaries, where the actual exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide occurs. And the capillaries then deliver the waste rich blood to the veins. Here you can see these capillaries are delivering deoxygenated blood to the veins for transport back to the lungs and the heart. Veins carry the blood back to the heart. You can see this arrow is shown here that veins carry blood back to heart. These are the arteries. Arteries are the vessels which carry blood away from the heart to the various organs of the body. Since the blood emerges from the heart under high pressure, when the heart pumps the blood, it is under high pressure. The arteries have thick and elastic walls. You can see that these walls of the arteries are thick and elastic, and inside space is very less. This is called lumen, small lumen they have. And veins collect, because veins collect the blood and bring it back to the heart. They do not need thick walls, because inside the veins the blood is not under the pressure, so they have thin walls rather than thick walls. And because walls are thin, so the space in between, inside the large space they have, that is large lumen they have, and they have valves also. Valves are present in veins to ensure that the blood flows only in one direction. And capillaries. Capillaries are the smallest vessels, and these have the walls 1 cell thick, and exchange of material between the blood and surrounding cells take place across this thin wall, which you can see here. These are very thin, so easily they can exchange the material, as we have seen in case of the oxygen. When we breathe in oxygen, and alveoli are rich with the blood capillaries, so oxygen diffuses inside the blood capillaries. In the same way, when carbon dioxide has to release, this carbon dioxide is also get diffused into the capillaries, and then we breathe it out. In the same way, these capillaries are present in villi also, inside the intestine. So there also the digested food absorbed by the capillaries inside the blood through the capillaries, because these have very thin cell, uh, this is only one cell thick. So because the wall is very thin, so the things or the substances can diffuse inside it easily. Let's do the comparative study of blood vessels, arteries, veins and capillaries. On the basis of these points, first point is vessel wall. Arteries have thick and muscular walls, veins have thin walls, and capillaries have very thin walls. Why do arteries have thick and muscular walls? Because arteries carry the blood away from heart, which is under high pressure. To bear this pressure, arteries need thick walls. Veins have thin walls because in veins the blood is not under pressure and they don't need thick walls. Capillaries, because diffusion takes place here in capillaries, that is why their walls are very, very thin. Diameter is very small of arteries. It is large in case of veins. It is very small in case of capillaries. Because the capillaries are very thin vessels. So their diameter is very, very small. And arteries have a small diameter and veins have large diameter. Valves are not present in arteries. What are valves? Valves are present in veins to ensure no backward flow of the blood. And valves are not needed in capillaries also. Pressure, arteries have the blood with high pressure, veins have blood with very low pressure, and capillaries have blood with low pressure. Arteries carry oxygenated blood. Veins carry deoxygenated blood or the impure blood, and capillaries carry both the bloods because they take the blood from the arteries and then exchange it with the veins, deliver it to veins. Arteries carry blood away from heart, veins carry blood towards the heart, and capillaries carry blood from arteries to the veins. Capillaries' function is to carry nutrients and the oxygen to working tissue. Veins carry waste products including carbon dioxide away from working tissue. And capillaries allow diffusion of the nutrients, oxygen and carbon dioxide between blood and the working tissue. Blood is a connective tissue that helps in transportation of substances, protects against diseases and regulates the temperature of the body. The components of the blood are plasma, red blood cells, white blood corpuscles or white blood cells, and platelets. Blood is red due to the red pigment hemoglobin that is present in RBCs or the red blood cells. Plasma is a fluid part of the blood and it is a colorless liquid that you can see here. This is the plasma and it is a colorless liquid and it contains 90% of water, proteins and inorganic salts. And it carries these dissolved substances from one part to another part of the body. RBCs, red blood cells or erythrocytes Another name for RBCs is erythrocytes, and these are disc shaped cells. You can see in this figure, these are disc shaped cells and these are concave in the middle and visible under a microscope. RBCs carry oxygen from the lungs to all the cells of the body, and they have no nucleus and contain a pigment called hemoglobin, and it is made up of an iron containing pigment. That is why if a person suffers from the problem of anemia, it is recommended to the person to take iron rich diet. White blood cells or WBCs, also known as leukocytes. These are different type of cells, namely monocytes, eosinophil, basophil, neutrophil, lymphocytes. And the function of these white blood cells is to fight with the infection and to protect us from the diseases, because they eat up the germs which cause diseases. And that is why these are also known as the soldiers of the body's defense system. Blood platelets, these are also known as thrombocytes, and these are very tiny, circular or oval, colorless cells, and these are formed in bone marrow. They lack a nucleus and help in coagulation of the blood in a cut or wound, due to which bleeding stops. If you get injured, your blood comes out, it oozes out, but after some time you can see that a clot is there and blood stops flowing. So this happens because of the platelets. The function of platelets to coagulate the blood in a cut or a wound. That's all for today. We'll meet in the next video. Keep watching the video. Thank you.